Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is from the 20th through to the 26th. Okay, so let's have a look. First card we have is Archangel Azrael, and it's a card of surrender. This isn't a bad card. Surrendering is actually about surrendering to a moment. It's about not giving in so much, but actually saying, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to stop trying to control everything. It's the first card, so we'll see where this is leading. But when Archangel Azrael comes in, quite often people get afraid because he does come around people when they're taking their transitions, but he also comes around people when something's coming to an ending, or that they need a little bit of counselling. Perhaps, you know, you may be in a state of mourning still, and you just need that little bit of support coming in around you. Okay, so it's not always a bad thing when Archangel Azrael comes in. You know, it's never a bad thing when any of the angels come in, to be honest. But, you know, I just get a lot of support coming in with that card, but we'll see what else comes up. Okay, let's have a look. And we've got the card of Shadows. You know, the card of Shadows is the Shadow Self card. Always kind of, it looks sad, but it's not, because it's actually the angel saying it's time to actually stop being invisible. It's time to stop lurking in the shadows and to actually step out and shine in the way that you're meant to. Okay, so it's actually a very positive card. Okay, so the beginning of the week, some of you may find that you are in that situation where maybe you haven't been going with the flow, maybe you've been kind of lost in sadness or feeling a little bit low, and this is the angels just saying, oh come on, you know, it's time to go with the flow, it's the time to stop trying to control everything and just step out there and be who you're meant to be. Ah, right, okay, we've got Archangel Raphael, and this is like midweek, so, you know, from Tuesday onwards, really, I feel with this card. For some reason, I want to say around Tuesday, I feel lots of health coming in. You know, it just feels like it's a positive card and the healing's coming in, and I really want to go. Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be really important days for a few of you, you know, with regards to health. You know, you may find you have appointments, you may find you're waiting for results, you may just start to feel a little bit better on those times. Okay, so I really want to go around Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't normally go that specific, but I really feel, you know, as I'm looking at the cards, I really want to go around those days. And, you know, Archangel Raphael being around and giving a lot of support. Okay, so let's see what else we have. And we've got the card of abundance. Now, do you know, wealth means something different to everybody. You can have loads and loads of money, but maybe you live somewhere where you're not happy, that you have to live because of work or something like that, or you know, sometimes you can be quite lonely even though you've got money. So wealth can mean different things, you know. If you're actually suffering from ill health, and that's where that card is going underneath, it doesn't matter how much money you've got, really, you know, the wealth that you want is your health back. Okay, so when I'm looking at that with the abundance, it's saying a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest, but I don't feel this is just about financial. I'm really getting drawn to it being under the health card, and really feel that this is health coming in. Archangel Raphael really stepping in around a few of you this week and really bringing that healing in. Sometimes healing can be physical, sometimes it can be emotional, and I kind of feel he's coming in on all different layers and just kind of just helping you to heal from within. Okay, so we'll go towards the end of the week and see what comes up. Okay, we have Archangel Metatron, and we have the card of children. Okay, when this card comes in, it's an interesting one, because Archangel Metatron is the one who helps us to find our way when we've been a little bit lost. And when it's the children card, it's quite often connecting with our own inner child, as well as the children around us. But, you know, connecting with our own inner child so we find our way, because quite often if you're connecting with your inner child, you can actually go back and find what it is that you actually want. There's the blue butterfly on here, okay, and the blue butterfly to me is symbolic of emerging in your true authentic self. So, you know, and also as I'm looking at this, I feel joy. Okay, so a sense of joyousness, a sense of letting go and just being joyful. Okay, I will go back over it because I can see where it is. Get heading now. Let's have a look at the last card. Okay, just to confirm what I was thinking, we have the Angel of Pleasure. Okay, take pleasure in the things that you do. Okay, so I'm just going to move forward a little bit here. Let's have a look. So we have the Surrender card. Quite often when I speak to people and they're very anxious, very fretful of what the future may bring, it's because they're trying to control everything. Okay, and you know, one thing that we all learn as we go through life is, you know, the one consistent is change. And just when you think you've got something mastered, or you think, yeah, I get this, I know everything, something else comes in and changes, you know. The universe is great at throwing curveballs. So, you know, the one thing I would always say to people is be prepared to go with the change, be prepared to be flexible. And surrender is actually surrendering to what the universe wants you to do, surrendering to where you're supposed to be going, instead of trying to control everything. Okay, you know, que sera, sera, as the song says, you know, the future's not always ours to see, and I think that is really, really important. Okay, it's funny, I work as a psychic medium, but that's a song I'm always singing over and over and over, like I'm being reminded that, because, you know, there are some things that we're just not meant to see, because if we saw everything, and if we sidetracked everything, then we wouldn't learn any of our life lessons. Okay, so that's important. But, you know, when you look at the card underneath, it's about stepping out of the shadows. Stop being afraid. Step forward. Okay, middle of the week is the healing coming in, the abundance, the lovely abundance of healing. And then the end of the week, Archangel Metatron. I've said before, he is the one who led the Israelites through the wilderness. And when he comes in, he helps get you motivated and organised and focused on where you're meant to be. But, you know, because this is a card to children, I really feel it's about connecting with your inner child. And also, you know, we have the summer holidays now. And, you know, it's a lovely time for connecting with the children around you, whether they're your own, whether they're nieces, nephews, neighbours, kids, you know, there's just children everywhere. They just bring such a lovely, joyous energy with them. Okay, and the last card is the Angel of Pleasure, and that's what really this reading is about this week. It's about taking pleasure. Stop trying to control everything. Stop thinking that you need to know everything. Just go along with it, you know, live in the moment, mindfulness, okay, live in the moment. When you live in the moment, you can't be fretting about the future, you can't be worrying about the past, okay? You know, when you live in the moment, you've also got a chance of putting things right, because when you live in the moment, you can see everything around you, you can see everything as it's happening, and change can only actually happen in the moment. It can't happen in the past because that's been, and it can't happen in the future, it's now. And it's what you do now, and it may be that what you do now doesn't feel like a colossal change, but it sets in motion a whole chain of events that in time will bring in that change. Okay, so it's really, really important. You know, I really feel, I want to say, this is the most important card of this reading. And, you know, it's about taking pleasure, just taking that simple childlike pleasure in the moment, in what you're doing now, and stop worrying. Okay, so that's the end of this week's reading. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed giving it. It's an interesting one, you know, because sometimes living in the moment could be the hardest thing to do, okay? But I think if you give yourselves a chance to do it, and, you know, just ask the angels coming around you. If you find you can't do it, ask Archangel Raphael, okay? Ask him to come in around you and to give you that inner healing so that you can learn to live in the moment, because I think that's really important, and I think it's key to self-healing. Okay, so I'll leave you with that, with the love of the angels, love and light to you all, and see you next week. Bye! Okay, I don't normally do this, but I just want to put a little footnote on. It's interesting, I always pick something to put around me when I do the weekly reading, as I've explained to people before. You never know what cards are going to come up, there's no way of knowing. And the interesting thing is, with this week's reading, we were talking about joy, and we were talking about wealth. This one is the Hattie Hattie Angel of Wealth. Can you see that? So it's really throwing me through that reading because I could see these words. And this one, you know what's coming, is the Hattie Hattie Angel of Joy. Can you see joy? Okay. So I feel that that's confirmation that what came up in the cards this week is meant for us. And wealth, as I said, comes in many ways, and it's the joy of it. And that's what I feel was the message this week, and the blessing that the angels were bringing in for us all. Okay, thank you for bearing with me. Well, I gave that little footnote. Bye. Okay, so it's the draw time. Let's see, we've got some names in the bag, and let's see who we get this week. Oops. Okay, we've got Janet Garrity. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we've got Indigo Children, Indigo and Crystal Children. You have a bond with children, in particular with children who are sensitive. Okay, now that can be sensitive on many different layers. I've worked over the years, what I've found when this card comes up, it can actually be with children who are sensitive to spirit, okay, and that's why it's the indigo and the crystal children, and there's a lot of them around, more than you may imagine. And it's also children with special needs, okay, and also those children that maybe just need to have their energy boosted a little bit, okay. So I feel that, you know, I want to say I feel a number of children around you who actually kind of fit that, okay. And you know, I just kind of feel that this is a time for you to actually help them, and that this is your path, okay. So I don't know where the connection with children is for you, but I feel it's very, very strong, and I feel that you bring a lot of healing in, and sometimes it feels like a path that you kind of question, but I want to say that you're a healer, but a healer through working with children, and that seems to be your area. Okay, with yourself, I'm being drawn to the pink here, and I kind of just feel that sometimes you don't love yourself as much as you should, okay, and that's a shame, because, you know, the one thing I am picking up, Janet, is, you know, you've got so much love to give to others, but you don't always bring it inwards, okay. The more you bring it inwards, the more you'll shine, the more you'll attract into your life what you want. And, you know, looking at the green here, I want to go with the heart chakra, and I want to say it's time for you to start to follow your heart, okay. The more you follow your heart, the more you will get the blessings that you know that you deserve, okay. That's one thing. I'm looking at this card because it's brought to you by Archangel Metatron, and it's interesting because he was in the main reading this week, and, you know, it's about focusing, about getting organised, and about getting motivated, and I feel that you need to be doing that as well. I also feel that there's a decision that needs to be made, and I feel that, you know, you may have already made this decision, but you may be kind of worried about whether it was the right choice. I want to say I feel it was the right choice, and I feel that growth is coming from it, and opportunities that maybe you haven't even yet considered. Okay, so what I want to say is everything feels right. Okay, everything feels right. I also want to say that I feel that there should be a gentleman around you who also has a really strong connection with children. Maybe he works in the coaching field or something like that. I just get a really strong connection with children, and I just feel that if he's not in your life, he should be in your life, okay? Maybe he works as a youth worker, I don't know, but I'm just kind of getting that same affinity with children with this gentleman, and I just want to say watch for him coming in, because I feel he's going to it just feels like he's going to bring opportunities your way as well, okay, and new pathways opening up, okay. I can't get anything else on that, and I'm really, really sorry about that, but that's just the way it came in as the reading came in. So, you know, so just follow your heart, know that you've got a special bond with children, know that's your path, okay, and just follow that path and be the healer that you was always meant to be. Okay, congratulations, Janet, thank you for participating. Thank you to everybody else who participated, and hopefully we'll get some more winners in the next few weeks. Anyway, right, thanks a lot. Thanks for participating. Bye.